Hello everybody, Please2 here, back to another video. Today we're doing a Minecon reaction really. The fact that my editing software hates me. I keep showing it in the clips, you can just go to Minecon. Most of these will be late besides the beats thing I'm talking about. So just go towards like the end before the post show and you can see most of these details. So basically Minecon happened, kind of boring, kind of not. It's only really good at the beginning and the end, everything else is just like no point. A lot of what they showed during it was already known, like the ray finding and some of the scripting they did with Bedrock. They talked about it. I don't know why they talk about it again. Most of the games are just really stupid. They did announce a couple things. First of all, we had the biome vote, which wasn't actually first. If you didn't know, mountains won. Initially, I was like, really? Why? We're getting snowier snow. But then, it's actually a new block, which I'm more fine with because I was like thinking that like, you're gonna go into the snow tundra place and it was just gonna be like every single snow that there is, you're gonna fall into. Luckily, it's actually a new type of snow and not that, so I'm a bit better. Next up is goats, which we already have like a mountain biome mob, the llama. They were over here, you know, those llamas. You know, those things that you claim that you can put a chest on, that you were talking about to place the chest boats. You know, those. Those I was goats were probably the least exciting thing. That's very after I realized that it was a separate block for the snow, which is much better. And last states improved mountain generation, like at cliffs and stuff. But like, isn't this a cliff? I don't know. I just really want the mountains to be higher. I'm kind of looking at this mountain biome over here. This is sad. I've seen like much better mountain biomes anyways. I've seen like a really good, well done mountain generation. This is just sad. This is basically just a plateau with some peaks. So I kind of see how they're going at for mountain generation. And oh my god, that cave's terrible. Yeah, so I guess mountains won. I voted swamps personally, but mountains did win. Next up with the honey block announced in 1.15 with the bee update. You know, it's at least I believe it's gonna be just about the bees. And basically that just the honey block, basically a slime block, but the players stick to it. So like you can't sprint or jump while you're on it. You can go upstairs though. They stick to each other like slime blocks do, but the properties connecting to other blocks are currently inconsistent. In the video they didn't stick the diorite blocks next to it, but stuck to stairs, which is really confusing. And also you can climb up and down on them, like, well, I think you can only climb down on them, because you kind of stick to them. That's really all they do. They probably also, we don't like take full damage. We're assuming at this point, but they seem pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It does definitely improve the bees a bit more, because if you're gonna put a whole update on power on bees and bug fixes, at least make the bees good. And I swear you don't look like Rama. Like, is this how llama's supposed to look? It's just the top of them is so much brighter. I think my computer's not having a good time. Let me try to fix that. A good time, I'm in a snapshot, so everything kind of does look a little weird. Like, what the heck is wrong with this pig? I don't think that's how lighting works, pig. Yes, something is wrong, I swear. Because none of these blocks look right. They like update smooth lighting, because this just looks weird. So yeah. And I don't believe they actually have put it in yet. As you can tell, they haven't, but that was announced. There's some Minecraft dungeon things, which I'm actually excited for Minecraft dungeons, Minecraft Earth stuff, usual stuff, and then a bunch of random Bedrock stuff that like barely anybody cares about. Besides, if you play Minecraft Bedrock, I guess. But on to the main part of the video was the ending, where they announced the 1.15 or 16 update. It was the 1.16 update. They haven't really said anything yet. It's mostly gonna be 1.16 because one of the 1.15 snapshots they said this is update's gonna be mostly focused on bees and fixed bug fixing, which is cool. I kind of wish they did a bit more features. So we're just waiting half a year to get bees. Maybe some improved gameplay, like you can't see water through campfire smoke, or portals, which is really annoying. Not gonna lie, I'm happy they fixed that. And a few other like game rules and stuff, and some editing to some commands, like execute. But, like I kind of feel like even with all the bug fixing, a lot of players are looking for my experience, and I feel like they should make another update 1.15 instead of 1.16. That's just a personal thing, because I can wait on the bees. And, Are you okay, llamas? Anyways, the one point, that new update is gonna be the Nether update, which isn't a cave update, but Nether is basically a giant cave, so technically is. I'm just kind of excited for it. I kind of feel like the thing about the cave update is that they're gonna make the game more centered around cave exploring, which most of the time it's centered around cave exploring anyways. I feel like what Mojang has been doing recently is making it away from that, because all people really do is just go cave exploring. So when they added the sea stuff, you can go into the sea instead of using the caves. And I kind of feel like caves are just a really big part of gameplay, like too big that it's made that way. And I kind of feel like people should do something else besides going mining 24/7. I mean, yeah, the caves look better, but I'm not sure if I really want to see like new ores and stop doing that. Let's block, because that would just make it more reason to go mining the cave. You're gonna spend more time in a cave of what you already have done. And I mean, some people might not mind that, but I think it's kind of, caves are just such a big part of gameplay, and I'm hacking. I just feel like it shouldn't be like that. So I had another update. They announced a couple new biomes, like this Soul Sand Valley, which has bones in it. So it's actually possible to find bone blocks now, naturally. I mean, it's possible before, but now you actually might have a chance of actually finding them. There's a couple new, it was like another wart forest biome, which has pigmentland beasts, and one of them is red, one of them's blue, for the trees. Probably new types of wood, or at least maybe some new types of wood, but the tree trunks are not made of any wood we've seen before. And many other blocks I used there, so definitely a lot of new blocks for decorating and whatnot. And after that, we had piglins. Well, first let's talk about zombie piglins. They're gonna be changed to zombie piglins. Everything in the Nether is based on this piglin pretty much so far. Piglins are new civilizations, what they said. So possibly new structures for them to live in. That's what I'm hoping for. Or they're gonna live in Nether fortresses. And I don't think this new snapshot is okay. The screen is blinking. I don't feel good about it. Yeah, that's okay. The snapshot is so buggy. I don't like it. Yeah, piglins. You can trade with them by throwing gold at them and stuff. There's a lot of new features with them. They're basically like villagers, but they're aggressive unless you wear gold armor and they don't have GUIs. So they look a really interesting mob. You can, some people made videos on them. But yeah, mostly the other update. Now, since Mojang did announce Minecraft Festival, I'm not sure if they're going to be doing the Biome update next year. But if they are, I want to make a prediction. Because why not? So I'm going to make a prediction about the 3 biomes that I think are going to be in it. And what features they are going to add. Now, first of all, is the forest. You know, I feel like both forest and the birch forest it should really apply to. But forests, I mean, they're useful. They have trees, they have flowers, and they do have some mobs. Not only like custom mobs, because wolves can spawn in like a lot of places. And like forests, like, oh wait, before stop preferring, not really. And you go to a forest real life, you're gonna see a lot more than this. You're gonna see a lot more plants. You're gonna see a lot more mobs. You're not gonna see a bunch of random pigs and stuff. Not a creeper. But you're gonna see the birds, some bird nests, you know, like squirrels and chipmunks. And in the monkey forest, it's just not that lively. They're not that, like, real life. They're not very lively. And the jungle does a pretty good job of showing off what a jungle looks like. I mean, maybe there's a little bit less mobs than in my old jungle, but at least it kind of shows off what it is. If you go into a forest in real life, it's not going to look like this. You're going to see a lot more plants. It's going to be hard to walk through like a jungle. And you're going to see birds and mobs all over the place. That's first the 3 things I think they're going to add. It's kind of hard, but I'd say birds, first of all, because Mojang's not really getting to those flying mobs, and overall I feel like birds are going to be more common than the fact they're going to add squirrels or anything like that. But either birds or squirrels or chipmunks, most likely the birds. Next up, probably like some type of new tree. And what I would really like is if they had like a fruit tree that can grow fruits on them. I think the mango was supposed to do that, but I'm not sure. So that'll probably be the second thing. And finally, new decorations. So I'd probably say like new plants that would grow in there. Maybe like they might not have much of a use, but like they did add a new plant in the tiger biome, so I bet they would add at least some plants. Maybe it's the plants that damage you, like the wither rose does. And I think that'd be a pretty good update for the forest, because the forest just right now isn't that lively. So next up, I have the snowy tundra. I know it's not that, like, that interesting in real life, but I was more going for the coastline-ish type stuff. And kind of like cold ocean almost, also. Because really around that area, there's like a lot more mobs there. I mean, they do have a different type of rabbit, and they do have some villages and whatnot. And polar bears absolutely useless. I mean, who uses polar bears? But really, there's not much else going on here. I know that something similar. I mean, Taiga got recently updated to add foxes in there and stuff. But other than that, the snowy tundra is kind of boring. I mean, at night, I guess it's a special mob. That's really it. They have igloos. They probably have a decent amount of special stuff, but and once again, talking more about the shoreline, it's kind of boring. More towards the shoreline is probably going to really think they are, but so three things, probably penguins. I feel like this can go on like near the shoreline or in these areas. They also show that they can make penguins in Bedrock at least. They do actually have a penguin sprite, and they did say they weren't getting added to Minecraft, but like penguins, who wouldn't want that? Now it's always easy to like say another thing would be snow of ice, and really, I try not to think something else. Because nighttime there's not much there usually. And they are getting a new type of snow that makes it more realistic also, probably. So it's kind of hard to think of ideas for what they could possibly be adding. Okay, so second thing I'd say, since they aren't going for doing terrain generation improvements, I'd say glaciers. Glaciers, they're pretty cool. Not that bad. But like compared to the ones they can see in real life, they aren't that great, and there aren't really any massive ones that like stretch across. And really only ones when you see ice that stretches across the large area, like this river, you see. It's just like one layer. Like seriously. I mean one, maybe two layers if you're lucky. But yeah, only one layer. I like to see ice freeze a bit lower than that. The one layer. So it does do that, just saying. And this water, this looks freaking out. But also when you go over and look at some glaciers, for example, they're not the greatest looking things. There's something that really ever is that cool looking at them. So I feel like just ice generation improvements overall would be great. Because you can't just take a thin layer of ice in this river and call it good. Like, this is just really unnatural. Like, look at how much change, like, I don't know, maybe, like, make this a bit deeper. Get out of the way, salmon. So why do you live here? But, like, that just looks kind of more natural compared to, like, what everything else does. And I feel like it just overall making a much improved area. So basically, overall ice improvements to both rivers, and really the frozen areas, and glaciers, and then, like, making maybe, like, some absolutely massive glaciers, some smaller glaciers, like we have now. And then more of, like, unique things about the glaciers. So I thought they journalists actually kept these things. Well, let's boot it. So overall, currently, glaciers is kind of boring. Not gonna lie. Now I kind of like the things. It's like, I mean, usually it's a new mob, a new block of some sort, and then new decoration, or some way it spawns in. And even though I kind of have like the already new spawning way, the last thing I want to say is better blizzards. Currently, blizzards like aren't that great here. I feel like compared to real life, you can have complete whiteouts in some of the snowiest areas, and blizzards in this one are just kind of still pretty easy to see in. So I'd love to see like blizzards, and also maybe like I guess they have slowness. Why is that snow floating? You have hacks. And kind of just like overall improvements of blizzards. Blizzards are kind of just meh currently. They don't really resemble blizzards at all. Again, one more thing about glaciers I forgot to mention is better spawning. I want to see a glacier biome next to my savanna biome. That just feels really weird. So, and I know glaciers are not really involved with snow biomes, but I'm kind of going as a cold biome as a total. So overall, they need to be updated. So yeah, blizzards, improved blizzards is what I would love to see. Out of the three biomes, this is probably like the most likely. Well, actually, I'd say first and most likely is we to be in the vomit. Last likely, I think the one that is the biggest update of the three I'm going to talk about is beaches. Currently, there is this line of sand that go around like the edge of regular biomes, and they're just kind of there. They don't really serve a purpose besides like sand, and that's like so it's easier found in the desert. And I guess turtles, but those are more found. You don't. I mean, yeah, yes, turtles. What is wrong? What? Oh, okay. Wait a sec. Um. Yeah, I don't think these turtles are okay. Not gonna lie. Okay, the snapshot is so buggy. I went to Snapchat because I was like, with the fill the bees off, but I didn't. Basically, beaches, they're kind of boring. The only thing they have is turtles added from the updated aquatic. And those are more to go at the ocean than really the beach. And they really lay eggs. That's about it. I guess they give you scoots, and they're pretty useful, and you don't have a head. Good job. Don't worry, guys, I found his head just below him. That's the bug. It's an report I just checked. Yeah, beaches overall, they're kind of like boring. There's not much really to do in them besides turtles. Oh, yes, airy. And turtles are just not that much for like a beach in Carolina, really. So first of all, let's go over a few things. Overall beaches, I mean, beaches are not the most exciting thing in real life, but the least worthfulness. First thing I like to see is crabs, or like, yeah, basically crabs. That's about all I want to see from this. The mobs, this the regular old crabs. I'm not sure what use could be, but all these things could have some type of use. Birds, of course, really drop feathers, and penguins are just penguins, you know. But I feel like those would be nice. They might be able to attack you, probably. Pretty nice addition. Besides that, I would say seashells for sure. Maybe if you could find seashells on like the link, on like nearby, and maybe we can make them into something else. That'd be cool. Decoration overall, I would just say, bigger beaches. And this, I feel like beaches are usually a bit bigger than this. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Bigger beaches are like maybe a second type of sand for beach, or like just more types of sand for beaches almost. Like maybe in some mountain biomes where you want to say there's like almost a volcano there, you get like beaches that from volcanoes, and then say some different types of sand basically for beaches. That's why I think really should be the next three biomes updated. For the features, I would say some of them should probably be changed. I don't think I had the best the snow biome, or really all three of them I mentioned, but I feel like all three of those biomes definitely do deserve an update. Also, F for swamps. Hope you enjoyed the video. What do you think is gonna be the next three biomes updated if they for the biome vote? If they do a biome vote next year, that is. So again, I'm hoping for forests, snowy biomes just in general, and beaches. Those three all definitely need a update. Especially, I'd say forests and beaches the most. Hope you enjoyed. Check out my other videos. I was planning doing Rocket League video for a stream I did, but like, it's said no, so I couldn't. Should like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.